take the step beyond your way. Take the step when you have a dream. You gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. And we are shining bright on the ranch tonight. Thank you. We got some people already tuning in. Always so happy to have you. Oh, we got comments already. Billy, howdy. All right. This is the ranch, and it's brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. Your one stop for indie artists. If you're looking for new music, you want to go to Blast Music 24/7. If you are an indie artist, that's where you want to be to showcase your music, because they actually support and pay artists. They have curated radio stations, blah, 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 all this good stuff. Blast Music 24/7. We are also brought to you by Hotel Universe. Again, we want to be competitive in this business. We don't compete with each other, but we're competitive in this business. And you want a great video, Hotel Universe, tell them Randie sent you, and they're going to hook you up with a great deal. All right. Also, my indie radio, our radio stations, people listening, my indie radio and the Plow Zone. My indie radio is out of Paris. So you guys are on Thursdays, and Plow Zones, we got you guys on Wednesdays. So glad for all the people listening in. And then we have all our streaming services. We got about 20 of those. So we're everywhere you want to be. Oh, you know what, Billy? That's why you're my favorite. I'm telling you right now. Thank you, Billy. You say I look good tonight. For all of these who can't see me, we'll just take Billy's word for it, okay? All right. So, and To the Max advertising, if you need logos, things like that, banners, they hooked me up with this one. I love my new banner. So, To the Max. Tonight we got a great show. Again, this is someone that I see in the industry all the time, but I've never had time to kind of sit down and chat with him, a fellow ISA friend. So tonight we're going to have Jack Fiddler with us in the house. Yay! How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Did you guys get rain the last couple days?
No, it has been dry and wonderful temperatures here. It's like 80 in the day and like 55 at night. So
Nashville.
Be jealous. I know it's nice.
Although I don't know if I'd want to move to Nashville. I mean, I've been there a couple times. I've played there. I don't know. I'm not a big one of the Strip, though. You know.
That part's a little dicey sometimes. It's full of traffic and everything else. So
yeah,
that part's maybe not my favorite part.
Yeah, the places I played have always been on the suburbs, you know.
That's where I like to stay. I like to stay on the outskirts. I don't like being right downtown.
Yeah, and if you're doing original music, which I know you do, you want to be on the outskirts of Nashville. Oh, Billy says howdy.
Hey, Billy.
All right. We got some other people listening. If you want to just say hi, let me know where you guys are watching from. That's cool. If you have any questions throughout the time, we always kind of stop things and talk to you guys because we love that you guys are listening in because this is interactive. So we're here for you too. So, okay. Now, I walked past you. We didn't actually get to talk in Atlanta. There were so many people there. So was that your first time? For those of you guys listening, we're all both part of International Singer-Songwriter Association, known as ISA. And they had their awards ceremony in August. So I know Jack was there, but I didn't get to talk to him.
Yeah, I was trying to be fashionably late, and I ended up just being late. So I didn't get to say hi to everybody that I really wanted to. I did the best I could to make my rounds, but I know better for next time. I'm going to show up on time.
Oh, wait a minute. Ryan says, hey, I know that guy. Ryan Lindsay.
Ryan is my producer.
Well, hello. Thank you for chiming in tonight. Hi, Ryan. Yeah, you know what? You have to experience it once to know. I mean, it is kind of an overwhelming, the red carpets, the interviews, and all that's going on. You know, you go early and you kind of stand in line, but if you go late, you don't get in anything.
And that's what I ran into. I was probably about an hour late,
Mm.
and it really, kind of set me back on getting to talk to everybody I wanted to. But I did get to meet a lot of really nice people. It was great. I got some people that kind of, because like you said, it's overwhelming when you walk in, and I just stood there trying to take it all in. And luckily, I had a couple people come up to me and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is where you go for this. This is where you go for that. Have fun." So it was nice to have some people that really welcoming too, because I'm not used to that, and it was so different of an experience for me, where they were like, "Hey, we're all here. We're here for you. We're going to show you what's going on, and then let you kind of take off."
Right. See, we indie artists don't get a lot of love in the industry.
Hmm.
We don't get much attention. So, an organization like ICE that puts on an event like this, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We don't know what to expect. And when you walk in, the first thing you really realize is you're in a room of friends and supporters and not competitors. And that's the thing that always strikes me.
It really is. It's a lot different than anything else, because it's not, everybody should be in competition with themselves, not with each other. And when you walk in there, you realize that that's what's going on. It's not people that are there in competition with you, but in competition, with themselves, and there to support you.
Right. Well, Ryan's saying ISA were so much fun, and they love the community that's there.
Yeah.
We don't get to hang out with fellow musicians even at venues. Someone's coming on the stage or off the stage or whatever.
Yeah, that was the nice part too. Is just hanging out, and I went to the after party. Ryan and I both did, and went to the after party, and got to meet some more people there. And then there was an after party at the hotel when we got back, which was cool too.
Right,
So I
right,
think I
right.
stayed up to like 3 or something like that. It was great.
Yeah, well, I sat in one of the song circles. I don't know how late it was. And finally, like, I have to call it. I'm leaving at like 6 in the morning.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I was like, I want to stay and hang out, and okay, why not? So I'll suffer the next day for the good time we had.
yeah, yeah, and it's a really good time. So, well, let's talk about your music. That's what we're here for. So, just to top everything off, country music has just been evolving over this many years. Were you always drawn to Americana country music? Is that something you grew into, grew out? Why Americana?
Americana is the best one for me, and I really like it because when you say Americana, you could be talking about country, but you could be talking about blues, you could be talking about folk, you could be talking about rock. And I don't really like to put myself in a box when it comes to
Mhm.
style. I want to do whatever I feel like doing. And so Americana just seemed like the best fit. The album that I went down to ISSA with was an all rock album, because I felt like playing some rock music. And
Right.
that's what Americana is for me. It's just like, like a melting pot of all styles of music, and you just slap that on there and be like, "Yep, I'm Americana."
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too because I like to let a song be what a song wants to be.
Hmm.
And if it leans towards folk, then that's where it's going. Or you want to rock it out, that's where it should go.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
that's that's me. I don't want to exclusively do one thing. I just exclusively want to do whatever I want to do, and that seems to work best for me. And it's where I feel most comfortable and most at home.
Yeah, I get that. I really do. Where are you on the whole old country, new country divide?
Oh, I'm a weird one. I like it all. I'm not a traditionalist by any means. I love traditional country. I grew up on a lot of traditional country, but when someone comes out with something different or new, I'm not going to say I hate it just for hating it purposes. If I
Ah,
like it, I like it. Just the same as with me doing the Americana. If I want to do it, I want to do it. So I hear somebody doing something that they brand it country. I don't say it's not country, because it's not, like Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, not the traditional, but it's different, it's new, and I support it. If I like it, I like it, and I don't have to like everything that's put out, but I still respect it, and I still try to, say, hey, let them do what they want to do.
and it's interesting because most people pick a side.
Right? They
You're
do.
like, I like all of it. I like, sometimes I listen to this, sometimes I listen to that. But you brought up a really good point about respect. I think as a musician, I don't always like what you're doing, but I respect what you do.
That's how
And
I feel like it, because it takes a lot of work. If you ever recorded one song or written one song, played one song, you know the amount of effort and work it goes into it. Even if you don't care for it, you know that there's a lot of work on the background and somebody's, poured their heart and soul and a lot of time into it. So you have to respect the hustle on that at least.
Right, right. I'm now doing this online songwriting course, and it's meant for people who aren't maybe songwriters, but will have a story inside them. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to be the best music, but they want to tell their story through a song. And I respect that, because that's hard when you're really coming from the heart.
It is. That's, all my songs are based on some sort of story that I've heard, or maybe something somebody said one day, and trying to take that story and put it into a musical format is difficult sometimes, because sometimes I hear some crazy stuff, but I want to write it down and I want to share it,
Right. Well, that kind of leads us into the first song we're going to be listening to, which is Dancing with the Devil.
Yes.
Okay, and that sounds like there's a story there.
It is a story there, and the story, it's a kind of a conglomerate of a couple of things that I heard, but it's people who want to kind of walk the line, Johnny Cash, walk the line. But it's people who want to walk the line. They want to kind of live in both worlds. And Dancing with the Devil is about that. The very first line is, you let the dancing with the devil, but you don't let him lead. So it's like, I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it. So it's just kind of teetering on the edge.
Is the line between good and evil?
It's the line between good and evil, the line between doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing, the line between doing what you want to do and what you have to do. It kind of encompasses all those things in one.
Right. Right. Okay. So why don't we listen to Dancing with the Devil?
Dancing with the devil, but I never let him lead. Been cutting myself, but I control the bleed. Got the restless feeling, but I can't seem to leave. Got a hold of my heart and a feeling on my sleeve. Go to sleep forever, and my time here is done. I pray it comes quickly like a bullet from a gun. I can't stay too long enough to see the things that I have done, all the air I have breathed. Dancing with the devil, but I never let him lead. Been cutting myself, but I control the bleed. Got a restless feeling, but I can't seem to leave. Got a hold of my heart and a feeling on my sleeve. Living my life on the edge of forget the passing time, saying all the right words, no motion in my life, just blowing in the wind, no direction to pursue, paying debts to the devil, 'cause he always gets his due. Dancing with the devil, but I never let him lead. Been cutting myself, but I control the bleed. Got a restless feeling, but I can't seem to leave. Got a hold of my heart and a feeling on my sleeve. Dancing in the rain, I've been dancing through the pain. Dancing in the rain, I've been dancing through the pain. Dancing with the devil, but I never let him lead. I've been cutting myself, but I control the bleed. Got a restless feeling, but I can't seem to leave. Got a hole in my heart and a feeling on my sleeve.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for indie artists. It's where you want to be for new music. And if you have music, that's where you want to be. A lot of different genres that you'll find there. So, and a lot of chances to network and things like that. They really do support indie artists. So it's a great place to be. We also have our radio stations, the Plow Zone in California. We have My Indie Radio out of Paris. We thank you guys for listening every week and coming back. So we are here with Jack Fiddler. Listen to Dancing with the Devil. And there's so many great lines in that song, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I love the video. I know you guys, a lot of people are listening, but the video is very filtered, almost black and white vintage.
Yeah, I actually shot that with my cell phone by myself. My daughter helped me a little bit with a couple of the shots, but I was kind of on a time crunch, and I just went and set up a tripod, and then we went and I edited myself and everything. So we shot it at a local cemetery down the road here.
Well done. I've done that before too. I have a clicker for my phone, the camera, and I'll just start jumping around on.
I had a clicker because I was literally hitting record and running over to it, so I had to make a lot of cuts and everything.
Yeah, I don't know why it was important to me to have a clicker. I felt important, like action, like I don't know.
It's probably better than what I did for sure.
Probably has to be edited anyway, so I don't know what
exactly. Yeah, I had to go back and clip all that stuff out. But
I know. The thing is, you get caught up in though, like.
Yeah, it was fun to shoot, and I enjoyed making that one because that's one of the first ones I've ever done by myself. Most of the stuff I have somebody else that does it for me. So.
Right. I am not a good editor. I don't know. I just don't have the patience.
Me neither. I can do music, but when it comes to the videos, that is tough.
Oh, yeah.
They getting everything lined up where your mouth is saying the right words at the same time. I'm like, oh man, I need somebody else to do this.
Oh, I'm so happy. My great niece just finished film school.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So now it's like, oh, Janelle, like, what are you doing? She's like, am I filming video?
Yes, you are filming video.
How weird is it to have your aunt jumping around? And I'm like, you're working for food, right?
Yeah. Exactly. But I had trouble with mine, and I got my daughter. I was like, hey, can you just help me at least line everything up, and then I'll take over from there.
Right. It does help to have a second pair of eyes,
It really does. It makes a difference.
I've done it both ways, and it's just a lot easier when you have someone else kind of there.
Yeah, definitely.
Push the button and make sure I'm in frame, So tell me about your process. You start with lyrics, you start with melody, you start with chords. What do you start with?
So typically, and this is probably, I'd say 95% of the time, my songwriting looks like this. I do dedicated songwriting days. So Sundays are my songwriting days, and I try to knock out at least 2 or 3 songs. and I will have an idea or a story that I've heard or something that somebody said or maybe just something that's been on my mind, and I'll start writing. And I write extremely fast. Ryan has said that I'm probably the fastest songwriter he's ever met, because if I can't finish the song in 15 minutes, I don't even want to mess with it. I'll just move on to something else. So I'll pop those lyrics out real fast, and then I have an idea in my mind how I'm going to sing it. And so after I get the lyrics down, I'll grab my trusty old guitar and start working it out and start kind of just writing. I write everything by hand. I can't do anything on the phone or on the tablet. It just doesn't. It's not natural for me. So everything's handwritten, and I'll go in there and I'll start putting the melody. Once I get to that point right there, I'll start recording everything, and that's where I bring Ryan in. And
right, Ryan just commented here. He's like, "It's magic when it's time to record." Such an awesome dude to work with.
Ryan's the best. Ryan has this crazy ability. So I will send him over the song in kind of a raw format as we record it. I'll put all the parts on there, and I can say the most random thing to him. I'll be like, "Hey, on this part right here, I want to go wham bam bam," and he's like, "Yeah, I know exactly what you mean," and he sends it back. And it's exactly what I was thinking in my brain. And that's something that's kind of hard to do, because I'll say, I don't know all the technical terms a lot of times. And for me to try to, just verbalize or vocalize that to somebody that, is maybe not Ryan, they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "I don't either, but I know what it's supposed to sound like up here." But I can just say random stuff to him, and he like picks it up and takes it and runs with it. And we end up with, songs like Dancing with the Devil.
Well, if people don't understand what a good producer can do, Jack just explained it to you. Like, they really can bring those pieces to life because they're right on the same page with you and know where the song is supposed to go and add that magic.
Yeah, there's been a few times. There's one of the songs, I know we're going to be playing it later, but there's one song when he sent it back to me, I'm like, "Who's playing guitar on that?" He's like, "That's you." I'm like, "I didn't know I was that good of a guitar player." But he just mess with the EQ, change the tones around a little bit, put everything where it needed to be. I'm like, "Wow, I really can play guitar."
Well, that's what a question. They wanted to know where that cemetery was.
Oh, it's up in Sumner County, Tennessee.
In Tennessee, okay.
Yeah, it's Sumner County, Tennessee. It's like an old family cemetery in the back of the woods in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it looked like nice and peaceful.
Yeah, I had to walk there too. I had to walk like a half a mile to get there because you can't even drive back there. So we just kind of had to sweat it out and get over there and set everything up.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I've shot in a cemetery. I've shot in different places. I actually got chased off a Catholic church. I was doing a song called Sinners and Saints, and the Catholics weren't playing. I was just jumping around, and they came and they chased me.
I have not had that happen yet. I've been close before because we shot a video one time at an old abandoned house, and we got permission to be there. And they're like, you can be on the property and everything, just don't go in the house. And like the back door is open. And I'm like, "Oh, well, you should have left the door open if you don't want me going in."
Too much temptation right there.
Exactly. You can't leave an open door and say, "Don't go in."
Yeah, I don't go in. No.
First thing I did, walked right in.
I know. I get my ghost hunting equipment out at that point, going do.
Yeah, definitely.
I got chased a couple times. I was shooting on railroad tracks, and literally a mile in each direction you could see. It was a straight shot.
Yeah.
A cop comes up, goes, "Ma'am, you know how dangerous this is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're interrupting me in the middle of a chorus. That's pretty dangerous."
That is, yeah.
So he stared me down. I'm like, "Dude, let me get this shot and I'll be my way." And he literally stared me down for the next 4.5 minutes. And there was, you could see a mile in each direction.
There's a train that comes through the town that I live in. Like you literally can see. And if you've ever been near a train, when one's coming. It's not going to be a surprise. You feel it. You hear it.
Flashing and
yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you serious, dude? Like, is there no crime in this town right now that you have to chase me?"
Yeah, go do something
fearing
else.
For my life, like I had suicidal tendencies.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna move from dancing to the Renegade. Is that the one with the guitar?
It's no, that the one with the guitar parts, the last one we're gonna do.
Okay.
But yeah, Renegade is a cool song. I actually recorded that song on my very first album, Circadia, which I put out, and it was a rock song. And me and my friend Danny Dawson wrote this song together, and we recorded it at his place. And I like the song. I thought it was a great song. I was down in Texas, and I was at my sister's house, and her husband Jason had a list. He's a list guy. He had a list, and he was like, "Hey, can you please play Renegade?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I've never played that song acoustically. Let me see what I can do." And I played it, and he recorded like a little snippet on his phone. He sent it to me. I was like, "That's actually a pretty cool acoustic song." So messaged Ryan, and I was like, "Hey, man, I got this idea to do a song that we did before, but to kind of strip it back and kind of make it more intimate with the acoustics." And that's where that came from. It's a recycled song that I did, but I was like, it's a new fresh take on it. It was all just because Jason wanted to hear it when I was at his house.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And what is Renegade about? How'd that come about?
That came about. I was writing with my friend Danny, and this is one of the opposites of what my normal is. He actually had this little riff kind of already made out, and he was like, "Do you think you can do something?" And I started writing to the song itself, which was kind of something I normally don't do.
Mm-hmm.
But because he had this melody already in his mind, and I could feel the words kind of flowing across the guitar riff, and that's kind of what started the whole thing. So it wasn't my typical story song, but I tried to kind of take a traveling lifestyle and throw it over this like real heavy guitar riff, and then of course when we lightened it up with the acoustic, it still had that same punch.
Right. That's really cool. Really good. I find it hard to write to music. I've done it a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like you. I like to start with the words and let the melody, I kind of fill in.
Same, and that's why it was so different. I think it turned out really well. It just wasn't my normal writing style, but it turned out good. And then when I got asked to play it acoustically, I'm like, wow, this is actually really cool. Let's run with it.
Yeah, and it goes to show sometimes you do step out your comfort zone and things just kind of fall in place,
Exactly.
No, that's really cool. All right, so let's listen to the Renegade acoustic version.
I put my boots to the dirt, the long road ahead. The last thing you told me, it goes in my head, calling out to the wild on a moonlight night. No sleep for days and days since our last fight. I'm walking around here in a haze. I can't tell wrong from right. Oh, I'll be your rambling man. I'll be your renegade. Oh, I can be anything you need. That's the price I have to pay. The lights upon me are blinding. Silence scream in my head. As I take the stage, you're still in my head, calling out to the wild on a moonlight night. The morning sun burns upon me. Open my eyes. Another day here without you. Another lonely night. Oh, I'll be your rambling man. I'll be your renegade. Oh, I can be anything you need. That's the price I have to pay. The price I have to pay. Oh, I'll be your rambling man. I'll be your renegade. Oh, I can be anything you need. That's the price I have to pay.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one-stop for all your indie artist music. That's where you should be. We also have our affiliates in the Plow Zone listening and My Indie Radio. Okay, so we're here with Jack. Now I have to ask you about that song. When you rocked it out, was the tempo the same? Was it speeded up? Was it just a different arrangement?
It was really close to the same tempo. It was maybe slightly faster, but not by a whole lot. The guitar riff was definitely heavier. The acoustic riff is kind of based on the original riff, but we just kind of stripped it back, but kind of kept the same tempo because I wanted to sing it at the same speed that I sang it at before.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because it wasn't. I liked the riff, and it was kind of a drive to it, but again, it was that really stripped back. But I could see it rocking out. I could hear like the drums behind it.
Yeah, we had drums. We had real heavy electric guitars on it.
Yeah.
So we just pulled everything way back and just let the acoustics do the. I think acoustic guitars are like tone wise so much better than electric guitars because you get to hear all the warmth in there, and that's what we pulled that to the forefront of the song.
Right. Yeah, I have my PRS there, and it's actually a piezo, and it plays electric, but it sounds like an acoustic, which I really like. And it's got a nice sound. It's still not acoustic, but
it kind of brings back. I got one back there in the corner too. So.
Oh, there it is.
In the very center, I've got the little soapbox pickups in mine there.
Right. Oh, Billy likes the style. He likes it acoustic.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, he liked it acoustic. All right. Again, thanks for everyone who's watching tonight. Again, we appreciate any comments that you have. Love to hear from you. Oh, okay, my phone's going off. Okay, so now I also know that when you tour, do you travel with a band?
I do. The last couple tours that I've done, I'm actually working with Jake Newman and the Jaybirds, playing guitar for him. And then Jake and I did an acoustic tour together as well. So it was just like a duo. So I love touring. I love going to different towns and meeting different people. Also, I love trying all the different foods that aren't Waffle House. We had a conversation before we started about Waffle House and how we're not fans. But I love going to the different places, trying the different foods, and just meeting the people and getting out there. And that's one of the things that I do that kind of I feel like hopefully sets me apart is when I go somewhere to play, I don't set up, play, and leave. I talk to people. I hear their stories because sometimes these end up becoming songs down the road too. When somebody tells me a crazy story, I'm like, let me write that down real fast.
But for people who are listening, we both decided when we're on tour, we don't Waffle House.
No Waffle House.
We have our standards, but tell them your guilty food pleasure, your comfort food on the road.
When I'm on the road, it's gas station fried chicken. It is. And I know I'm a connoisseur of gas station chicken and gas station food in general. Depending on what region I'm touring in, I know exactly what gas stations to stop at and what they have that I'm going to enjoy eating. So, if I get the chicken.
All right, you have to tell me your favorite gas station chicken right now.
So my favorite gas station chicken is actually kind of local to Tennessee. There's a place called Dodge's, and they legit have the best fried chicken that I've ever had. And it's better than stuff you get anywhere else. And it's just a little gas station with, the little counter with a little hot bar, and the cashiers has to, make the food and, ring up people buying gas all at the same time. But it's my favorite. It's my son's favorite. He loves Dodge's. He used to live right down the street from one, and he like loves Dodge's chicken. It's next level. If you ever see a Dodge's, stop and get some chicken.
Next time I'm swinging by that way, I'm gonna have to check that out, because now you have me like really curious.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll get some chicken.
I take my fried chicken very seriously. I just want you to know that. Like,
you will not be disappointed. The only thing is you have to eat at the parking lot, because you can't sit in the gas station to eat. So you got to eat at the parking lot in the car or whatever. So.
Okay, Ryan's chiming in here. Gas station chicken is actually the best. Oh, he's defending you. Okay, I live right down the road from Dodge's. He's not wrong. All right.
The Dodge's that Ryan lives down the road from,
who knew?
That's the one that my son T, the first time he ever had it, we went to that Dodge's because it was late at night, and he's like, I want some chicken. And I was like, I know exactly where to go. And it was that Dodge's right there that he lives down the street from.
Oh, you know what? When I'm on the road, though, there are sometimes I just start craving vegetables because I'm just eating like so badly.
You can't eat vegetables when you're on tour. That's just wrong.
I was told that. I had this conversation with my first producer out in LA, Marty Rifkin, and he's a vegetarian, and he was traveling with like Tom Petty and Willie Nelson, all these doing pedal steel, and he was like the one having salads and all these vegetarian things. And I'm like, I don't know how he does it on tour. Like everyone else eats so badly.
Yeah, that's one of the fun parts of it, is you just get to eat badly for, 10 days, and you have to come home and eat salads.
I know. It's like, where's the broccoli? Like, bring on broccoli. Like, I know. You do. You eat fast. Like, you travel days. You got to get somewhere. And, that's the way it goes. All right. We have our last song, which I really like the concept here. I mean, it spells it out. I'm done. And we've all reached that point in a relationship where there's no going back. Like, the line is drawn. I'm not negotiating anymore. It's out the door.
Yes. Yeah. And I actually had heard this came from a story that somebody told me. It was a guy that I knew, and he'd been in a on again, off again relationship for a long time. I mean, probably like 10 years, which for an off on, that's a long time. And there was a day, and I was just asking him how he was, and he was like, done. I'm like, okay, you're done. I get it. So that, that's where this came from. And this is the song that I was telling you about, where I was like, oh, I can play guitar. So I was just thrilled with the way this one turned out.
Did you record with acoustic?
This one was recorded with acoustics and then electric as well. So most of my songs, I like to blend the two. Some of the stuff I'll do all acoustic, but I usually like to throw a little electric in there to give it some body. Because everybody, when I was a 14-year-old boy, I want to be a rock star. So you gotta play electric guitar. And I remember when I recorded the solo for this, typically I use that guitar right there for most of my guitar solos, and it's a Telecaster.
Yeah.
And on this one, I grabbed a Les Paul. I don't know why, and but I used that one, and it turned out just the tone and the touch on that song turned out so good. I think it really accents the solo well, and kind of brings the whole story to life. We shot that video with my friends Graham and Mandy. They were the stars of the video. And just the story that it tells, they acted that story out so well. And that solo just, it cuts through and kind of just gives you the whole experience of the song.
It's actually painful to watch. It's painful when you're in the middle of these back and forth relationships, but when you care about the people involved, it's painful.
It really is. And what was the funny part about the video, I shot it at a local barbecue restaurant that I play at quite a bit, and I just asked the guy if I could shoot there, and he said yeah. And I was trying to find some people to be in the video, and Graham and Mandy they're like just the dream couple. They're such a great couple. They are not an on again off again couple, and I didn't know how that was going to relate. And in the video, I feel like Mandy really was like, you could see that she had some past experiences that was like, yep, I know how to act this scene out because I've been there before. Definitely not with Graham, but when she turned it on, I was like, oh, she might actually be leaving him at the end of this in the video. She's pulling out in her car. I'm like, she might not be coming back.
I have a friend like that. He writes all his songs about divorce, and he's the most happily married guy that I know. You know?
That's how I felt about that.
Yeah. Ryan says it's probably one of his favorite songs he ever worked on. Absolutely awesome song.
Well, he killed it when it came to the production of that song. It's always interesting, and as a songwriter, you know, when you have a concept, you sit down, you're sitting in your, you know, living room, whatever, you're playing the song, and it's like, oh, I think it's going to sound cool this way. And as you record it and everything, and it turns into what the song actually is. It's so interesting to see how it starts versus how it ends when it's, you know, the final product.
You know, I'm really not one for pedals on the stage and things like that, but I have so much appreciation for what the producers can do to tones in the studio.
I'm not a pedal person on stage either. I've been on tour before, and I'll usually run one. And I've had sound guys be like, "Where's your pedal board?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't have one. I might not even run a pedal. I'm just up there with an amp." But you know, in the studio, I definitely want to make sure I'm getting, you know, the maximum sound and the maximum, you know, tones and everything. Sure. So it is important. But I'm kind of with you. I'm simplistic, but at the same time, if it's the right tone, it's the right tone.
Right. And it could do so much to texture a song.
It really can. You can feel, you know, and on this last song I'm done, when it comes through and that guitar solo comes through, it cuts through the mix perfectly, where you're like, I feel that emotion through the guitar. And that's what I think a guitar is supposed to do. Is you're supposed to be able to take the song's emotions and the feeling behind it, and the guitar is supposed to like amplify that. And when you have that right tone, that's what it really does. It amplifies the emotions of that song and pushes it to the forefront.
What's that quote? Music is what emotions sound like.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's really what it is, and that's what I feel about like guitar tones. So it's like that's the emotion of the song coming through in the time when we're taking a pause from the lyrics, we're taking a pause from all the other stuff, and it's like the guitar is just going to tell the story now. So, you know, you've heard the words, and, you know, if you got a video, you've seen the video, but now the guitar is going to tell you the exact same story in its own kind of fashion. So it's like telling its own little story there.
Right. That's so cool. All right, let's take a listen to I'm Done.
Checks that you're asking cash. You were saying things you can't take back. You've been out running the town, dragging my name all through the ground. You know you have to answer for that. You can't break my heart 'cause nothing lives, so don't even start. Save your breath. You and I I cried, now there's nothing left. I'm
And we are back on the ranch. We're brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. If you like the show, there's great ways and cheap ways to support us. Just like and follow us. And you can catch us every week here on Mondays live or in any of your favorite streaming platforms or our radios. We got the Plow Zone. We got My Indie Radio. Always to find us and listen, and always like and support the people that you're following. You know, even if it's the radio station and the people on it. So again, indie artist, if you're out there listening and you want to be on the show, all you have to do is go to my website, which is Randie, Randie. If you don't spell it right, you get a baseball player. I'm not kidding. RandieO'Neill.com/show, and you can apply to be on the ranch just like Jack did. And I'm so glad he did. That was a good song. Was your daughter filming that one for you?
No, actually, that was Fivefold Media that shot that one for me. So Michael McGregor and Fivefold Media, Alan Wayne, his assistant, and the director. So they shot that for me.
Oh, we got people in the audience who can relate to that song.
Oh, yeah.
They've been there. You know, the back and forth. You know, do you give the person another chance? And how many second chances can you give? Billy sounds like he's been there. And yeah, at some point you have to call it.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like the song so well, because it really does relate to a lot of people, and I think they can they've been there before. There's a lot of people have been there before.
Yeah, that's so true. You know, relationships are tricky.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's why the song resonates so well, because they are tricky.
Yeah, and a lot of work, and all of that.
Definitely.
So, you know, that's why there's so many songs about relationships, but like none of them sound the same. Like it's always a theme or something new happening. You know.
I had somebody ask me at a certain point, will all the songs be written? I'm like, no, because there's always going to be some sort of spin on that or whatever. Like you say, it's always something different, even though it's the same, maybe common theme. There's always going to be something different about that particular scenario that's going to, inspire somebody to write a song about it.
Right. And it's true. It's always, and that's what we do. We take a moment in time and we kind of embellish, twist, look at it differently, put a different beat on it, and we sing it.
Yep, exactly.
That's what we got to do. So it sounds like you're on the road a lot. And being on the road, for people who haven't had the pleasure, it's an experience. You've got to get to show. Sometimes you have enough time to do it. Sometimes you don't.
Right.
What has been the funniest or most embarrassing or most trying thing on the road?
Okay. Please don't hate me, Jake Newman. But I was on tour with Jake last year, and we didn't book a room for the night because we didn't have time. We went from one show to the next because sometimes, like you say, there's just time in between. And I slept in the basement of a tattoo shop in Murphy, North Carolina, and Jake slept in the car. And I will never forget that for the rest of my life. He's like, "Nah, man, I'm just going to sleep in the car." I'm like, "It's fine. But yeah, that was, we slept I slept in the basement of a tattoo shop in Murphy, North Carolina. My buddy Chris, he put us up for the night. It was fun. It was funny watching Jake. Some of my favorite moments touring have been with him, just because the whole band has a great dynamic. We're all friends. We're all friends on stage and off stage. And so it makes for just a great conversation, a great experience. We stayed in St. Louis. We stayed in like the finest hotel in St. Louis, and we've slept in some of the not finest hotels before up north. And it's just those kind of things are really what makes it fun for me. Is just it's the overall experience.
Yeah, budget hotels are not created equal. There's some like really low, and then you don't know what you're walking into.
Yeah, exactly. think the worst one I stayed in, I don't want to call any names out, but I was on tour in Florida, and I booked what I thought was going to be a really nice hotel based on the pictures on the internet. And I got there, I'm like, this is not the place that was shown. And I was like, and I even looked, it was so bad that I even looked at other hotels in the area, but there was nothing even remotely close that was available in a decent price range. And I'm like, you know what? It's a couple of days, horrible experience, but it nonetheless, it's an experience. And then you learn something from it and you gain something from it. And you got a cool story to tell when it's all said and done.
Well, Mindy wants to know if you got some ink while you were in the basement, while you're at the tattoo shop.
I did not. I wouldn't mind getting tattooed by Chris. He's a master of craft, but I did not because I had to hit the road early the next morning. I think we got done probably about 3 a.m, and about 7 we had to be on the road again. So I didn't. I mean, I got quite a bit, but I didn't get it there.
Right. Oh, okay. Maybe when you circle back around, you'll be able to.
I would, yeah, definitely the next time, because we're definitely gonna hit that area again, because North Carolina, Georgia, those areas, they really do have an appreciation for the type of music that I'm playing, and I love that area. It's a beautiful area. The people are so kind, and just it makes the whole experience great.
It is how welcoming, and there is a difference between like the northern venues and southern venues. Like if I'm up north and they say you're working for tips, I'm like, no.
Right.
I really need to eat, you know. But if you go down south and work for tips, you like some coin.
Oh, absolutely. That's that particular show we made great that night, and it was just the generosity of people and their appreciation for what we were doing.
Yeah, I don't know where the divide is, like what happened, but like, and I don't know. But I think the appreciation of live music has waned, since after COVID. It still hasn't come back quite to where it was.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to call it the top of Kentucky. If you just draw a line across the top of Kentucky, that's where the attitude changes. That's my personal opinion only, but it seems like
when it comes to live music, you have to stay below Kentucky.
If you want that more genuine, heartfelt appreciation, south of Kentucky's I love going up north. I love all my people up there. We've done several runs up that way. It's a different vibe. The people in the south, they're Chris was willing to put us up at his place. He's like, hey, you can stay here. Up north, you got to get a hotel, which is fine, but it's a different hospitality.
I'm from the north. I'm in Pennsylvania, lived in New Jersey, and I'm calling it too. There is a different mentality when it comes to live music. There's a different type of appreciation. And what they look for, where down south, people look for a lot more original music, where even where I am in Pennsylvania, in the Lehigh Valley, it's still a lot of cover bands. And I'm like, really? Like, there's great music out there. Like,
yeah, and that's
open yourself up a little bit.
That's how I feel. I want to perform my music. They're cover bands, they're great, and there's a place for them for sure. But in my opinion, I've already heard that song before by the original artist. So it's a great song. Cool. You can play something that you haven't heard before that maybe you will enjoy as well. And that's why the majority of my shows, they're 75% plus original music. I'll throw some covers in there because sometimes people want to hear something they like. I'm cool with doing that. But at the end of the day, I'd just rather you hear what I got going on, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's okay too. But let me give you the opportunity to listen, and let me try to win you over.
Yeah, and even if I'm playing covers, I'm putting my spin on it. You know?
I don't do anything like the original at all. I've been hired before to play guitar, and they're doing cover songs, and they're like, "You're not playing that like the record." I'm like, "Yep,
yeah.
You already heard that one. You're gonna hear my take on it now."
All right, Jack, we have just a few more minutes left. So what are you working on? What's up next, and where can people find you?
Next, got 2 things. One, I've got an amazing duet that's coming out on Halloween called Living in Hell. And I did that with McCaslin Blue. And I'm super excited for that one. So it's really the first full-on duet that I've ever done. So I'm excited for people to hear that one. And that's flipping right on into November 13th. My new Americana album, Requiem, is coming out. Spark Studios, Ryan produced that as well. So that's gonna be on November 13th. So we've got I think it's 10 songs on that album. Uh, 4 of them are I kind of do the little waterfall approach where you put a few songs out. So some of the songs that you've already heard from me are going to be on there. So it's 4 that you've heard and 6 that you haven't. And I'm putting a lot of effort into that. I'm kind of wrapping everything up this week and next. You know, all the stuff that you got to do. You know, getting the distribution going and getting the promotion started. You know, the art and the extra pictures and all that stuff. So I'm kind of wrapping that stuff up. But that's the big project coming out, and it'll be November 13th.
Well, I think Ryan's a little biased, but he says it's an amazing album. Can't wait for it to come out.
He may be a little biased, but he's not wrong. So.
Well, we're all going to be looking forward to your new album. When you have new stuff come out, fill out the form again, and we'll get you back on and playing some new music.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
Yeah, look forward to it. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in tonight. We are here every Monday night on the ranch. We go live at 7 Eastern time. And again, you can find us on all the affiliates, the Plow Zone, My Indie Radio in Paris, and all the streaming platforms. So again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you right back here next week.